Hey folks, here with John Hipsher, Trey Leach making some fun noises with a Torqeedo, and we're all sort of vendors, even though at the Kayak Bass Fishing National Championship is sort of a diminished vendor presence. But we're here at the Kayak Bass Fishing National Championship. Everyone's out there on Guntersville competing. And we're just gonna go fishing. We're not gonna be on Guntersville. We got some good intel from people like Matt Ball and Cody Milton and Tim Perkins and some other folks. So we're fishing while everyone's out on Guntersville. We're gonna hit some other areas here in Alabama. But before we get out,
we're going skinny water fishing. So Mr. John Hipsher needs one of these.
Yes.
So we're gonna put it on for him.
So we're putting a Innovative Sportsman rock guard for the 403 with a grass blaster, which we've had a bunch of people saying that this has helped out a lot on Guntersville grass. So we're going to protect your investment here.
Well, it's been long enough that I think I've procrastinated for about 2 years. That
It's due.
Right when I got it, and me and Jeff did the install on the old Bonafide, that he's like, the one thing you need to buy is the rock guard. So I've been procrastinating with it. So I've yet to go through any moving water. So today, that's kind of the plan, is to fish some skinny water and try to target some bass that, with the amount of pressure that's on Guntersville right now and just the sheer volume of boats, but also try to give those anglers some space that it's a good day to do some fishing. So do this install, a nice little quick install in the parking lot, and we're gonna get after it and see what happens today.
Are you testing it already over here?
Yeah, just a little.
You look like you babied it, man. You have not smashed into anything of note.
Oh no.
No,
I'm good. I haven't really fished. I haven't fished Briary Creek with it, and Sandy's there's not a whole lot to hit in Sandy. So
our engineers in Germany would be proud of you for being careful.
I'm pretty good on my gear. I use my gear, but I'm pretty good on it. So
I'll be proud of you for smashing it today.
I'll feel more comfortable now. That's the big thing. Is I'll feel a little bit more confident and comfortable that I don't toast an investment, crushing a rock. So
cool. All right, we'll finish this up, then Trey, you're gonna be my navigator, get us to the pin drop that Mr. Paul gave us.
Yep.
And we'll just call it No Name Creek, somewhere in Alabama. All right, we're here on the creek, and Trey, what do you got going so far?
Water's about 62 to 63 degrees. Heard some moving baits a little bit. Nothing on there. Slow it down a little bit and see what we can do.
Nice.
Water looks good to.
It is a pretty color. See, John's down there. Looks like he's working some wood. There's a lot of these little splits. These little, where the creek splits left and right. So we're gonna keep heading upstream. You got one? Nice. Let's see what he's got. What you got? What do you hit?
Pale color to it. A Cinco. Actually, a Zinker.
Yeah, Z-Man Zinker.
Z-Man Zinker. Good looking little fish.
Cool.
Right up on the bank.
Right on. We're going to keep exploring upstream, see what we find. First fish in the boat. I guess that's a spot. Tim Perkins is here. He'd tell me for sure. He jammed it right up against this log. He's pretty. When hit the gold shiner jackhammer in this shady shoreline eddy. was one of those where you throw a spinnerbait, or in this case the jackhammer, in, and you see one turn on it, and you turn right around and throw soft plastic in there. In this case, it's one of the Elastec streaks on the chin locks. Just a super versatile. Actually, I can fish this fast like a spinnerbait, and it has enough wobble. You can actually feel the thump and then pause it. That's what I did on that particular one. We got some riffles to pull up through here. Thus far, we've mostly navigated through with the motors, and 60 couple degree waters. Chilly on the toes. Let's move it up. Maybe I can paddle through this. I got that strainer behind me I gotta worry about. At some point you just give it up. That point is about now.
Caught a good healthy one. Got a little belly on it. It's a good looking fish.
What do you hit?
A Z-Man Zinkers.
On that ultra head?
Yep.
Nice.
Over along the deep edge of the creek over there.
Very cool. That's a largemouth. All right. Come on, buddy. John's down there chucking a spinnerbait. Trey is looking at his cell phone. What are you doing, man?
Checking the standings for the national championship.
Okay. Who's winning?
Corey Dryer's in first with 90.5 inches, and Jackson Orr's right behind him with 90 inches.
Nice.
Um,
What's Corey's big fish?
let's see here. 22 inches.
Ooh.
He's got two 16. Well, he's got 16 or 16 and 3/4 that can upgrade to move him up, and that 22 is.
He's got two giants then.
Well, what I don't understand is his 20. What do you have? A 21.5?
I thought it was 21 3/4 earlier.
It's not on there.
Maybe it was really 22.
Maybe they upgraded it to 22.
Yeah. You got one?
Got a good one.
Nice, man.
This guy's pushing 17 inches. Smashed a spinnerbait out here in the middle, actually, in the sun. And we've been catching them in the shade, so kind of surprised me. I'll get him back in the water.
So I want to make it up through this riffle and not have to get out and drag it. And what I'm doing is I'm really looking to see where is the deepest spot. I think it's closer to this grass bed. It certainly gets shallower as we go there. I'm actually going to back up a little bit and going into it knowing that I'm going to really quick lift that motor and go right into paddling. But what I want to do is maintain my momentum from the motor going into it, such that when I start paddling, I don't have to create my own momentum again. So using the motor and really just kind of judging, hey, how shallow can I go before I have to? That's about it. Pull it up, and then I can feel it getting, and then I don't have to work as hard. Whereas if you go into it and try to maintain your, using the motor the whole time, and then you fail, you've lost your momentum. So deciding ahead of time, I am going to pull it, and being ready to pull it and pick up the paddle is a really useful technique in getting through this. And once you're on the other side, I'm almost deep enough here. If I was going here, I'd already been deep enough, but as soon as you're in deep enough, drop it back down. And off we go. So Trey getting them out in the middle instead of on the bank. I'm guessing that all that is the that there's a big piece of wood in the middle in the deeper water with current on it, and that fish probably came up from that deeper piece of wood and smashed his spinnerbait. I think with the current, if the current was up much, which it's not, they would certainly be, I don't want to say exclusively on the bank, but more on the bank than they are. We've been catching small fish on the bank, but maybe mid-river is something. I'm gonna put a crankbait on and see if I can work at deeper wood, pull some bigger fish out. But that was the first nice one we've seen in this stretch. What'd you get him on?
A little swim bait.
Nice.
Yeah, a little trout eyes jig head, and I don't know, I think it was like an old 412 swim bait from like 10 years ago.
Wow.
But it's been about, I'd say the first one was a little bit bigger than that. But I don't know if he was the same fish that was following a couple casts prior, but
A lot of fish chasing.
there's a lot of fish. There's a lot of fish moving.
Yeah.
There's just, I don't know if they're just a little on the small side and a little timid. But hold them out back behind this down tree.
Trey, did you make friends over there?
They're really liking that white and chartreuse spinnerbait.
Yeah. Oh, what'd you get?
17.
Nice, man.
That big old girl right there.
Nice one. Spinnerbait fish?
Yes, sir.
Nice. That's a good one. That's a nice one. So I switched over. I mean, everyone's getting them on spinnerbaits. I'm sticking with the jackhammer, but I put a white one on instead of the gold, and it's a good one. I like using, I know it's not called the speed craw, but I like using that crayfish in white on these because it's a I don't know, man, it's just got a whole lot of action, slows it down a little bit, just a whole lot of motion. So that's my big for the day. Let's get a measurement and get them back in. All right. Yeah, right about where Trey's biggest. That was 16 3/4. That's about what you got, right?
Yeah.
So we'll get this one back in there. Starting to get better fish. Further up we go. We'll go ahead and release this one. Beautiful. This one came out. It's the end of a pool. Sometimes that's significant. It's getting right at the end of the pool. The last little bit of deep water before it gets skinny and speeds up. Right up in this corner. We'll have to go over there and see what interesting cover or structure this fish was in. Fat fish. You went back down into that little hole. Finally snagged it. So sharp turn in the river. It's current slamming right into a bunch of root balls and trees hung up there, full of fish, one after another for however many casts that was, and eventually you're gonna snag. Time to go in and see if I can get it out of there. Got it. As soon as I'm back in current and with wood, I got fish. That whole long pool with no current was just sort of dead. Nothing in there. I mean, I'm sure there's smaller fish and panfish, but not a lot of activity. All right, the sun is getting low. Guys, how far do you think that we came up? How many miles do you think we've done?
At least, I don't know.
Huh? What do you think, John?
I'm saying maybe 2.5 miles.
2.5?
Maybe 2.
You're crazy.
It's always shorter than you think it is.
I was gonna say 4.
Oh, damn.
More.
Really? Did
Yeah.
you check it?
No. We could do it with the Angler app. Whatever. My point is, we ought to start heading back.
Yeah.
I know we got the motors, but we got to drag through some of these places. And you know, I've for sure done that in the dark before, but maybe not in a place this snaky. All right. Got a fluke bite going as we're heading back down, which is fun because we can skip it. I hooked him from outside in. We can skip it up into these branches and rip it out and just watch him swirl on it. I actually definitely saw him come up, put it in front of the log, twitch, 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 twitch. Almost like walking the dog with a spook, but you can just stop it and let it stall when they swirl on it. All right, we're out of daylight. Fortunately, both the guys are out in front of me, and we don't have too far to go, I think. Been here before. See ya. We're here. Wherever here is. But we have one heck of an access. Creative access point. I think we're taking the boats there. Trey's coming down with some gear. Watch your step, man. It's got some nasty. Watch out! You got some rebar sticking up here. I don't want you to fall on that. You got all kinds of slippery stuff. Don't let that get you right there. What you got there, buddy? What's that?
Somebody had a little fun.
All right, give me that. Let's see what else we can bring down. I might pack light. It might be a 1 or 2 rod deal on this, but we're gonna run up there. We've basically scouted on Google Maps. We know there's a low head dam up that way. Not a lot of people are going to be doing a float trip down this way. I don't think a lot of people are going to be putting in here and going down, just because this is a pain. But should be some good fish. Somewhere here in rural Alabama. Is that like, is that redundant? Rural? I mean, it's not like we're fishing in downtown Birmingham.
We're out there.
It's steep.
Yeah.
And you're here bringing the full complement. I'm not.
Okay.
Because, you know, there's the current, there's the wood, there's the fish. But we'll see. So you think we're going to need straps? Like lower them down with...
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Should I have brought pulleys and like winches and stuff?
No.
No? Alright.
No.
Alright. I'll just hook it to the tailgate and drive, right?
Just
like the out is gonna be the fun part.
just don't break the straps.
Alright.
They tend to leave a mark.
Yep. Yeah, just ask Jake. Alright, let's do this. Go ahead. Come on. All right. Okay, one down. Well, that took some doing. That's my truck. We had to park it in a pretty tight spot to leave room for someone else to turn around in there. Nasty spot. Left it unlocked. If they're gonna steal stuff, you know, I'm gonna let them steal it instead of bust a window. There were hypodermic needles around there. A lot of garbage. Nasty spot in the middle of nowhere. But a beautiful river, so that's why we're here. Look at that. So I think this is going to be our go-to. I got Z-Man streaks tied on, and we're going to work all this kind of stuff the whole way up. Throw some spinner baits, the jackhammer in there. You know, 2 days ago we were on a similar river, and that's what it was: current, wood, depth. Those three. So we're going to zoom up, get a preview of it, and see what we get into. It gets prettier as you leave the bridge. Little creek on the left. Cool. That didn't take long. First piece of wood he threw it at. Would you throw a spinner bait? What'd you get him on?
Fluke.
Nice.
I missed him the first time, and I watched him come and get it the second time.
Very cool. You said 15. Nice. Good start. Right in that root ball there. Here's a little hint as to where we are. So I just missed a 20 plus, no doubt. I mean, it was a huge fish, and I was fishing the Z-Man streaks on the Chinlocks hook, which I like doing, but the way the sun or the kind of overcast nature, it's kind of, I don't have my sunglasses on, my polarized, and I saw him once this white shape disappeared. You know, I could see it twitching and twitching, and then it was gone, and I'm like, where'd it go? And then I'm like, oh my God, look at the tail 2 feet behind it. And I swung on it and missed. And then it reappeared right as I'm swinging on it. I could see the whiting, and I'm like, oh, that was in his mouth. So I decided to go with the weightless grip pin hook instead, and really utilize the braided line as a strike indicator. I put some scent on there. Hopefully he'll hold it longer next time. We're going upstream. When we come back down through there, we got to remember that fish was there, because that was a giant for this little river. So we're going to wait up here, see if we can catch something in the last little bit of push water. Right behind the log. Come on.
Got him.
So I caught this 16-inch spot on a spinnerbait right on a log up near the bank. So it's a good healthy fish. That's the biggest one of the day for me. We're gonna put her back in the water.
That's as big a spot as I've seen at the end of my line. Oh, he's off. Oh! Finally got a fish. I've come the whole way up, and Trey's getting nice ones, but I had my shot at two big ones, a giant in here, and I just kept throwing the jackhammer with the streaks at the end of it into that white water. Very similar to what we do for Susquehanna smallmouth this time of year. It's a nice fish, but man, the one I missed, the one that jumped twice, and I forgot my net. That's what killed me, is I forgot my Yak Attack leverage landing net in the truck, and I was like, oh, it's up there. I just don't want to go up that hill one more time. I should have, because the one that I missed was, I'm telling you, that round in the middle. It was a 5-pound plus spot here in Alabama. It's just an amazing fish. I guess that's what keeps you coming back. If you miss fish like that, you think they exist. And they exist in that white water of the dam.